still never finished that podcast from like September. No, it was like August.
We need to
The video cut off very early.
Oh.
Hey, maybe we should do an image at the very end that we do.
No,
No.
actually, I don't think we will.
Kids?
Okay, so yeah.
So there's stuff that's already being cut out of this video, like the fact that we're totally not going to label it re-twirls. That sounds like a very bad title.
Okay.
I'm missing this group.
Yep, yep.
We should be together more.
We should be together more.
We should also finish that podcast at some point.
Yeah, let's finish the podcast. Okay, so...
Wait, right now?
About?
What? Yeah.
Right now, or you don't want to,
We
like...
can do it right now. Wait,
You don't want to get more lemon-infused ice water from the hotel?
Oh, yeah!
Or we could do... Never mind. I was going to say we could do the podcast at our...
What was the podcast about? I'm trying to remember.
I don't remember. I don't think we had it.
We hadn't even
Never-
really gotten into it. It was like 7 minutes in and it cut out.
Oh, yeah.
I think the
Hey,
camera
at least
got
there's
it.
no Minecraft for him to talk about this time.
Oh, yeah.
Unless we play Minecraft on the Wii U. Because we do have it.
That's gonna be hard. But fun. How many players we gonna do that?
4.
Wanna do a manhunt?
No, because then you'd
It
be
takes too
focused
much
on the game.
concentration.
You'd be focusing on the game and not the podcast.
Yeah.
Nobody has bullet points for what we're gonna talk about. So, the upcoming Beretta thing we're gonna be doing. Do we want to talk about
Yeah, we
that?
can talk about that, yeah.
Is that the...
Yeah.
So, do we have like a set like idea for what we're gonna actually be doing with that? I mean, I know we discussed it briefly.
Just a video a month.
Yeah, a video a month about each, or about a new Beretta.
Yeah.
Not a new Beretta, but a new to us Beretta.
Yeah.
Because of Beretta's which anniversary is it?
500.
500, the big one.
That's a big one.
Yep.
Look at the size of that one.
Is it bad that I'm gonna purchase a Henry lever action instead of a Beretta?
No. I bought a Henry lever action.
I know. I'm gonna buy basically the same one except for the wildlife edition.
Oh,
The one
yeah.
with the engraving.
Nice.
And I'm gonna get the steel one. Yours is steel or is yours
Brass.
You're showing your feet pics.
for free? Well, for free? Oh, yeah, what do you think about the new Department of
Oh, yeah,
Government...
the Department of Doge.
yeah, efficiency. The Department of Government.
Yeah.
Oh, political wise, it's going well. Ish.
I just want to see the official seal for that department.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's got
still-
Doge.
It has to have the dog. If it doesn't, then we have problems.
I don't know if I've seen an official picture for it, but I've seen like official like merchandise and it's got the little Doge. It's like, oh, that's cute.
It better have the dog.
Yeah.
I just love that during the inauguration, it was just... we're gonna land the stars and stripes on Mars, and you just pan over to Elon. Woo, yeah, baby, that's what I've been waiting for.
And then he did.
Well,
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah. And
Not again. Don't bring that up.
Whoops.
Okay,
Did you
to
see-
clarify, he was doing this.
Yes.
Not a...
But
Yeah.
people took it the wrong way.
Of course they did.
Yeah, because everybody
'Cause
thinks
they're gonna-
Elon's one of those people.
Yeah. That's just
He's good natured, even though he may have the wrong standards or whatever, but he's
He
good
is a
natured.
little acoustic.
But there's
Who
this.
isn't?
Yeah. There was this
You mean
meme I saw after the inauguration. This got like it was framed, so it had Elon Musk and Barron Trump in frame, and Elon Musk is all going crazy and stuff, and Barron Trump's just like
hold it in.
and the title or the caption on the video is like the 2 types of autism.
Real.
It's like, yeah.
Feet pics for free? Sorry.
Stop it.
I'm not trying to. My feet are just...
You're not trying to.
My feet are just restless. I like to flap my feet
Oh,
around.
yeah.
You like to flap your feet in front of the camera?
He's got to provide some advertisement for his foot fight.
Right.
Yeah,
How do you think I make all my money?
Yeah, just give you some stockings.
How about no?
So, what's new with you?
My foot fight. Never mind.
It's gotta stop.
Not much.
Yeah, gotta stop.
Somebody's got to stop this man.
This needs to stop.
Work.
Work? Yeah, work's going on. Yeah.
What about you? Any attempts at work?
Yeah.
Just stares at
Are
you
you
sadly.
still working in the same place?
For unemployed, but sort of employed, I guess. Still working on the weekends with a certain family.
And he just looks over in this direction.
Yeah, I did get the apprentice electrician's license, so I might
Nice.
try that.
Yeah, if you need help, totally not. Nothing. So if you need help, for when you get hired.
Yeah.
So you can make a little more money. Because nobody cheats on this. No, definitely not.
Right.
Nobody gets told all the answers beforehand when they tell how much experience they have.
Right. Yeah. Other than that, not found work yet.
What about you?
Nothing new.
Nothing new.
Nothing new.
You're not doing whatchamacallit anymore? I know you were temporarily doing.
Yeah, yeah, but there's nothing new.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the most interesting podcast.
This is the most interesting podcast. Yep.
We can make it more interesting.
I can't wait to watch what we are saying.
You still got Coke Zero.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, if people are still watching this podcast, it's definitely for the feedbacks. I'm sorry.
We're definitely not gonna censor all of them.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna lose an arm here.
I think you can tell who edits these videos.
You.
Sorry. We're just trying to make it as hard as possible for you.
Yeah.
Oh, you could
We
easily
need
just.
some more lemon infused ice water.
I need more. Never mind. Lemon infused. Lemon infused ice water.
Yep, that's it.
I was
What?
gonna say that.
What? You don't like lemon infused ice water?
I do like that too, but I enjoy that in my free time.
I need to stop doing that. These rings hurt.
Yeah, and I see a bruise right there.
I bought a bore laser.
A bore laser?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As in the
You know-
laser?
You know what a bore laser is, right?
Yeah, we call them laser bore sights, but yeah.
But it's got adjustable
Thing.
backstop, so you can
Yeah.
put it in different sizes of barrels. It goes all the way up to 12 gauge.
Nice.
Why you need a bore laser for a 12 gauge, I don't know. Because if you put a red dot on a 12 gauge, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Unless you're shooting slugs, and even then, they're not as accurate as like an actual spinning projectile. Because, smooth bore go burger.
Yeah.
410, anybody? 4 gauge?
Intervention?
4 gauge?
1 gauge?
1 gauge?
No, maybe it was a 4
Gauge
gauge. I
and
don't
a
know.
half?
Is there a 0 gauge?
No.
No.
That wouldn't even make any sense.
Anybody? 6 gauge?
Yeah, because
4 gauge is the one that's made with artillery barrel that's chopped down and just...
Yeah, well, because a gauge is...
There is
No, there's not.
a 0 gauge shotgun.
That doesn't even...
Is not a standard size and is rarely encountered.
Yeah. Well, okay.
By rarely, you mean basically
and,
never.
and that wouldn't even technically work because what a gauge is so. Okay.
But if,
For example, a 16 gauge means if you were to take a 16th of a pound of lead and make it into a perfect sphere, that would be the width of that barrel. And a 12 gauge is a 12th of a pound of lead, perfect sphere. That's the width of that barrel. So if you were to take a 0th of a pound of lead
which
and
doesn't
make
work.
and it doesn't work exactly. It's division by 0. It's
Another term for a 0 gauge shotgun is punt gun.
a punt gun.
The ones that you
okay.
shoot for birds.
You can't divide it by 0, but
Well,
you could have something
sitting
that's
ducks.
equivalently a 0 gauge, which is instead of being a 0th of a pound of lead, it's just a pound of lead made into a ball.
Well, a pound of lead made into a ball would be a 1 gauge.
Yeah, would be a 1 gauge because it's a
Yeah.
1-to-1. Yeah, it's a 1th of the
Yeah. And then I think
a 1th of a pound of lead.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what it's called. Speaking of which, I was having this debate with myself. Like, what is the ordinal number for 1001?
1001th.
1001th? Is it 1001th, 1001st, or 1000? It wouldn't.
I think
1000
1001th is probably the ideal.
I think it's 1001st.
1001st. 1001th, I think, sounds funny.
1001th, yeah.
1001st.
1001st doesn't sound right, though.
1001 first.
The 1001st. It might be 1001st.
It is 1001st technically, but I think 1001th is probably
1001th, yeah.
is probably ideal. You
Yeah.
know, makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Like 60,
1001st.
67, 68,
You know what? Put the Google gadget away.
69,
It's not
60,
fun
10,
having
60,
real
11,
answers.
60. Have you seen that video? It's like comparing how they count in French compared to English.
Oh yeah.
They get past 60 and it's 60, 10, 60, 11, 60, 12, 60, 13.
And then
420.
when you get to 80, it's 420s and 1, 420s and 2, 420s and 3,
Yeah.
all the way up to 420s and 19.
Which is similar to how Roman numerals work if you think about it. Because you're basically doing groupings of numbers.
Kind of.
So when you're reading it, your brain reads it as the number, but what it's actually physically representing is groupings of things.
Yeah. And English
Does that too.
English used to do that too with the scores and
Four scores.
4 and 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
And then
4 skins and scores, 4 scores and 7.
Yep. Speaking of other things.
Speaking of other.
Speaking of literally anything else.
You're gonna be editing a lot of stuff.
Yep.
How many is 4 scores?
40 years.
80.
80.
Is the score 20?
Yeah.
So how many scores would you have to
so
have
80
to have
years.
400?
I don't know.
20?
So
1,000.
20 scores is how many Philistines lost the number.
No.
No, not again.
I don't think that was it. I think he asked for 10 score and David he asked for 5 score and David got him 10 score. I think so.
Was it?
I think so. I know he got him double whatever it was. And then that woman ended up whining at David and he cursed her and she never got pregnant again. But anyways.
Yeah.
Well,
I
he
was
rebuked
very
her.
tempted to make a joke about that,
Okay, that's what this is for. Make
but
your
I
joke.
think it would have canceled.
I've got editing powers. Make your joke.
No offense to the feminists.
Okay, offense to the feminists. What's the joke? What's the joke?
That was the joke. Like for
Oh, you're
for making cursing the woman to not be pregnant or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought in my mind it was a funny joke.
Okay. It may have been if you had said it at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what they say. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but there will always be something to offend a feminist.
I always try to think before I say.
Yeah. That's definitely your problem.
Wait, how much is a score again?
20.
So 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much is a
Is
quarter?
a baker's gross a thing?
No, you're correct. It is 10 score. The
Okay.
Philistine
Yeah.
blankets. Hoodies. Hold on.
Something.
Huh?
Something. Nope. Shower cap.
What? Shower caps? Turtlenecks. Philistine turtlenecks.
Ooh.
Now I'm thinking how you would make this like a kid-friendly like Bible lesson. It's like, yeah, David went and gathered the turtlenecks of 200 Philistines, and he kept them in a bag.
That sounds like their goat.
He harvested. Let's not get this wrong, kids. Like, David was a man that sought after God, and a couple
What did he
turtlenecks.
harvest?
A couple turtlenecks.
What did he harvest? Which one? Which part?
Just the deadpan stare to the camera. Just
Think of it as a child just asking you.
turtlenecks, hoodies, shower caps.
So the head
the
skin
sleeves,
head. Or head
yeah.
skin. Head skin.
Skin of
Scalp, sure.
Scalp.
Skin of.
Let's just say
It was definitely the head of
Wait.
some skin.
so. Foreskin times foreskin equals 16 skin, right?
This is the one strangest and most fun podcast I ever had.
And if a 16
and it's going
skin times
really
16 skin equals a 64 skin, no,
not 64.
That's 120 skin. Is it?
Yeah, 100. No,
128.
256. There's a 512.
No, it's
Must be
128.
It must be 512.
512.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
No,
it
16
could be-
times 16
no,
is
it'd
not
be
512, it's 128.
256. Yeah, because 20 by 20 is. Yeah.
5 times 12 is 60.
5 times 12 is 60.
We're all autistic. However, if you multiply a 16 skin by a 16 skin, you would equal up with a 500 or a 256 skin.
What's
No,
the
no.
square root
You're-
of 16 skin?
No, okay.
64 skin.
Okay.
No.
No.
That's
Okay.
square root.
No. We're doing this wrong because we're not multiplying the unit. So foreskin by foreskin would be equal 16 skin squared.
That sounds worse when you think
Wait,
about
so
it.
foreskin
It would be-
times
it would be-
foreskin
It's
is
16 square skin.
It sounds worse. Does it sound worse?
Are we using 4 as a number, or are we like...
Four is the number, but skin is the unit, so it has to be.
So there's 4 skin. And if you multiply 4 skin by 4 skin, it's 16 skin, or no, 16 squared skin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
16 square skins.
I don't think there needs to be this much math involved.
You don't have to square the skins, though. You could just say 16 skin.
I thought you said where.
Okay, but like 4
swear.
foot by 4 foot is 16 square foot.
Yeah, but is
So
a
4
skin
skins.
is form of measurement, or is it a unit of something?
Well, is the skin already square? Are we saying?
Like, is it measured by square foot? Is it measured by foreskins? Like, is 4 part of the measurement of the skin and square foot?
Oh, no.
Is-
Hey Noah,
No.
want to switch the topics to something else?
And how would you end up on 256 skin?
I don't know. Some questions.
wait, hold up. So, to the power of 3, right? So 6. Let's see. If 16 is foreskin squared,
Yeah.
then that means that 16 times 16 would be.
Well, no, you're still
It's cubed, right? No, it's not cubed.
I
It's
think
2
you're
squared,
still
so that's-
working in square units with the. Yeah, you're still working in square units, I think. So maybe the skin is already squared.
So if you had foreskin to the power of 3, aka foreskin cubed, it would be 64 skin.
Yep. Yeah.
Make me cry.
Yeah.
64 cubic skins.
Yes. Yes.
That's so dumb. 64 cubic skins. Wait, hold up. Hold up.
Actually gonna make it into the video.
Hear me out though. Like 200, right?
Yep.
Divided by foreskin. I mean, it's 50, right?
Yes.
So how many cubic skins was David carrying?
Several.
Several.
Better not
Right.
answer.
All right.
So
here's
one cubic foreskin is 64 skin.
Okay.
So
How
a
did-
cubic foreskin. So we need to take 200 and divide it by 64 to get how many cubic 3.12 cubic foreskins. That's how much he
Wow.
was carrying.
That's a lot of people.
Okay. But how was Saul? How did Saul verify that they were Philippines?
The Philistines.
Well, someone
They
by someone's
probably had a
word.
label all printed on the inside. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I guess because the Israelite men already didn't.
True.
True.
Yep.
Also, I was gonna say they would have to be Philistines because where else would he manifest 3.12 cubic foreskins from?
You might want to say this cane and hit the knee and tell you to stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if someone gave
On
me
to different topics. Anything?
Okay, yeah. No, I like that we
I know,
delved into the math of that. That was pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah.
Just saying that might be deleted, right?
No, we're keeping that in.
Let's stay in, bro. All right, and we talk. Oh, brother.
3.12. It's a big number of cubic skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
We need to stop.
3.12 is a lot of cubic skin, bro.
Yeah.
That's enough to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, skin is the measurement?
Yeah, skin is the unit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is 3.12 cubic skins of Philistines.
You're a good tanner. Hey, would you like tan?
Nope. Nope.
Tanned cubic.
I don't think we need those tanned.
Would you like
Sounds like-
3.12 cubic skins
Sounds
tanned,
like
please?
you need to tax some people. You can
Yeah.
understand what I mean.
Oh, they already taxed them. They took 4 of whatever they had, and they skinned it.
4 from each
Taxidermy.
Oh boy.
He said taxidermy. We're talking about Philistines. Nope.
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 No, we
Nope.
don't need that. Don't need it.
Now I'm going dark.
That got way worse.
Nope.
That's not even dark. That's just vulgar.
Yep, that's Yep, that's
Interesting podcast. Maybe we should talk about something different.
That's what I've been saying. Now it's on my head. Now it's on me.
anything else.
3.12 cubic skins. That's wild.
Just stop.
No, think of something else. You start the next topic. We need. Everyone.
Wait, he started it?
No.
Who started it?
I think it was him.
You started it.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was
Skins and
asking no to,
7 years ago.
to go to the next topic, so I started going to shut up. You think of the next
Noah
topic.
doesn't think of topics. The only
Um,
the only topic he thought of was hot
Random.
topic.
Think of anything random. Like horses.
The only topic he's thinking of is hot topic.
what's that?
It's an
Oh.
anime weeb store.
Never heard of it.
What I'm
Yeah.
thinking of
That's where you get to
is that freaking Hummer at Costco.
at Costco.
Yeah, remember?
That okay. All I'm saying is, if somebody drove that Hummer, I would
Don't.
propose on the spot.
Yeah.
I need to meet the person who drove that Hummer.
Would you pay that the driver's father $200 for the paper skin?
How about you drop the
Merlin.
Philistine
Okay, fine. We'll drop the
3.12 cubic skins of Philistines.
This is no longer a podcast.
Oh, it is
Oh,
Okay.
a lot of skin.
that's a lot of skin.
At least we don't have a time machine.
If you, never mind. Never mind.
All right.
So
Anyway.
let's say hypothetically you took 3.12 cubic skins and sewed them together. Would you have enough to make?
Please help us.
How many square skins of surface area would you have? If you, never mind.
I don't know. That's
3.12. That's a big number.
Yep.
Well, we're talking about foreskins.
Okay. Forgive me. Will it fit this room?
Yes. Yeah, it fit this room.
Yeah.
By how much?
I don't know. You could probably carry them all on your lap.
Brother. Brother.
No. Why is the lap your first measurement?
What?
You're making me curl up and.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm not the one keeping. Yeah, I'm keeping this conversation
I
alive.
think all of us are.
Well, we need to now because we are invested so much.
How was the lemon infused ice water, you guys? Pretty good.
That's what
Pretty
we
good.
did, yeah.
Especially considering we generated it
Yeah.
ourselves.
Oh, generator.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
That's also not something you want taken out of context.
I didn't say anything.
Just the awkward stare at the camera.
So, anyways, yeah, the this video is disjointed because we started it back in August of last year.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah, it pivoted in the definitely the wrong direction.
Yeah, definitely.
is there such a thing as a baker's gross?
And baker's gross?
Yes. Okay, so a dozen is 12. A gross is a dozen dozens, or 144.
Isn't
right?
that mean?
What?
Isn't that a mean? Or is that mean is the average?
No.
Or which one's
No.
gross is average, isn't it?
No. You're
Don't bring him back to accounting.
you're thinking of something different. Gross is a number. It's just gross just means 144.
Yeah, gross is yeah.
It just means 144.
Well, gross is based off on average.
No, it's not. Gross is
it was.
144. No, you're thinking of mean, or yeah, you're thinking of mean. That's completely different. Gross means 144. A baker's dozen is 13, so that the king could randomly select one bread or whatever for the baker to eat to prove that they weren't poisoned. And he'd still get his dozen. So the baker would make 13 and be a baker's dozen. So is a baker's gross a thing? And if so, is it 145 or is it 169?
145.
145?
I'd say.
Okay.
Because you're not gonna make
Oh
him
yeah,
eat
no, it's a
12
dozen.
donuts
You're right, it's a dozen
or
dozen.
whatever.
Yeah.
So if a baker,
you're not gonna make him eat that. You're not gonna make him eat.
yeah, baker's gross would be what? Baker's dozen times a baker's dozen.
Well,
What's a baker's dozen?
So that's what I was asking. Would it be 145 or 169? But Noah pointed out that the king's probably not gonna make him eat 13 rolls. 13.
Don't you dare.
Wait, so
That's
baker's,
actually a good question.
Baker's dozens.
There's also the possibility that the king orders 12 baker's dozens instead of 13 baker's dozens. So
What if
that
he
would
orders
be-
a baker's dozen of a baker's dozens?
A baker's dozen of a baker's dozen would be 169.
Yeah. 13
But
times
that,
13.
but in order for him to do that, he would have to make the baker eat 25 rolls.
25?
Yes, because he wants to get. Because the point of a baker's dozen is the king wants a dozen rolls or whatever loaves of bread it is, and the baker makes 13 so that he can make the baker eat a random one to prove that it's not poisoned.
Correct.
Okay, so
So you'd have to eat one from each
yeah,
dozen.
He'd either want him to eat one from each dozen, or he'd want him to eat one from the entire gross. So it would either be 145 or.
I think if you're sticking with the true purpose of why it was a baker's dozen, then I would say that he would want, if he wanted a dozen dozens, he would have a dozen dozens, which is 144, plus the one that he has to eat, so 145.
Yeah.
So a baker's
gross.
Yeah.
A baker's gross would be 145.
145. That makes sense.
It makes the most sense because of the intention of why a baker's dozen is a baker's dozen.
Yeah.
However, if you're doing it by mathematically speaking, a baker's dozen is 13, and if you wanted a baker's dozen of a baker's dozen,
Yeah.
so that you could eat one from each batch, then yes.
Yeah. I was thinking it would either be.
And in which
it
case,
could be one of three different things. It could be 145, 156, or 169.
in which case,
But probably.
you could have a
145
dozen
and
of a
56.
baker's dozen, or you could have a baker's dozen of a baker's dozens.
Yeah.
Which would be a totally different thing entirely. Because
Yeah. Or you could have. So you could either do.
you have an entire batch that he
you
has
could
to
either do-
eat.
You could either do a gross plus one, a dozen baker's dozens, or a baker's dozens.
Which would be a dozen baker's dozens,
Right.
and one of the batches would have to be eaten entirely because it's poison.
So
Right. So, but the problem with the
Which
baker's gross,
equivalently is
if the baker's
13.
gross just is the 145, then the baker could easily poison like a
Most
few
of
of them and have a decent confidence that he's not going to be randomly selected to eat one of the ones that's poisoned.
What percentage of the...
Although then again, he wouldn't have any guarantee that the one the king ate was poisoned either, because if the king orders
Yeah,
a
'cause-
baker's gross of
the king would have equally
rolls, then
likely.
he's probably having them
However-
for a party, and
However, as soon as the baker eats one, and it is proven that it is not poison, the king now has a higher probability of eating one that is poisoned than the baker did.
very slightly.
Yeah.
That's a Monty Hall problem thing.
Yeah. However, at the start, if they were both to pick a random loaf, they're both equally as likely to have picked one that was poisoned.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you ever go to the store and you see a baker's dozen, don't buy it because it could be poison.
Or
No,
do buy it.
if
so
you buy a
can-
normal dozen, it's more likely that it's poison than the baker's dozen, because the baker's dozen, they're at least giving you an option to make them eat one.
I don't think that's how it works. Well, if you go to a bakery, but if you go to like a normal store, probably not.
Okay, what normal store sells things in baker's dozens? Baker's dozen store? Is that what you were gonna say?
we're gonna start a new shop called the Baker's
No, I've seen them
Dozen.
at Walmart. I've seen baker's dozens at Walmart.
Oh, yeah?
One drop in there.
Nice.
Yep.
And now we just use it to mean that like more or less 12 is what we call Baker's Dozen.
Well, no, a baker's dozen's 13.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Dozen
saying.
is always-
Now people just use it as a measurement
Yeah.
and not a.
Yeah.
You are a Baker's Dozen. Okay.
I guess not.
That being said, I think this video is dragged on long enough, don't you think?
You know, drags all along.
A cute. No.
3.1
No.
2 cubic skins. That? Is that what you're gonna say?
That's already dragged on long enough.
Okay.
I think that king is going to be nice and full.
How many baker's dozens would David had to have collected?
How many baker's grosses?
Well, he would have collected at least one baker's gross,
Yeah.
Sorry.
which would be 145. So
Yeah. A baker's gross and about
we can do the math.
3,
Don't.
maybe 4.
Skins.
Yeah. A baker's gross and 4 baker's dozens.
Okay, so
I'm so sorry, Noah.
Because 4. You're so sorry, no. You're so sorry.
1.37 baker's grosses of force.
Trying to hold him, trying not to laugh so
Yeah,
loud.
that's about
It's
right,
so hard. It's hurting my lung.
Now you guys know. So if you ever have to tell somebody how many Philistines lost their turtlenecks, it is roughly
We're sick, I would say.
1.37 baker's grosses.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yep. And that's assuming that a baker's gross is
145.
Yep, 145.
Catch you guys next time. This has been
So,
foreskin math with the Bolshevik.
yes, we're
brothers.
going to eat some burgers on the way as well.
Micaiah, you have gone. You've been
Off the
complaining
deep
this
end.
entire time, but you are the worst.
I'm gonna say, why would we? Okay, just
Delete that part, please.
No,
No.
we're keeping that in.
No.
Just like we're keeping all the foreskins in there too. Okay.
I possibly said the worst.
Yeah,
even
you
though I said
definitely
the
did.
least as well.
No.
I said the least.
No.
He said the least amount of words.
You said
Just
the
the
most
ones he said were the worst.
suspicious ones.
Yeah.
That being said, let's end the video, I guess.
In the video, bye.
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 Bye, losers.
Bye.
Later, losers.
I always try to think before I say.